What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Commander's Draft Show with your boy DT Sensei. We got the crew back tonight, and it is officially the end of the NFL Combine. We have much to get into. We talk about our winners, our losers. We also talk about Armgate, especially for a particular group. That's right. We're going to be going with the edge rushers for a lot of people who thought this was a weak class. Me, Kyle, Smoke, Radar, and Deuce. We got a lot of names up here to talk about tonight in terms of edge rusher for what AP, DQ, and Durante Jones will want in a pass rusher. So buckle up. It's time for Commander's Draft Show live on Facebook, X, and yours truly on YouTube. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Commander's Draft Show live on Facebook and on YouTube and on X. We got the crew back in tonight. We got Kyle, we got Smoke, Radar somewhere in the comments, and Deuce is on his way. It is a lovely Sunday for everybody. It is the first of the month. Very excited. And also, we just had the NFL Combine commence with the offensive line today. So, how do you guys feel about this wonderful Sunday?
It's a beautiful Sunday, blessed Sunday to be able to go to church and volunteer. But to cap the day off with going with this edge class DT, there's been a lot of discussion regarding it, where Washington can go in the top 10. And this is an edge class it's very funny because in years past, you would have a solidified group. But I think with these edge class guys in particular, we have a lot to get into. I think we have about 15 overall that we're going to highlight. So expect for a longer episode. Expect for it to be some fireworks and some great sayings. But we're going to break these guys down and see who's the best fit for Washington.
So definitely, Smoke. What you got for us?
Hey man, today, like you said, commenced the combine today. Thank you, Spencer Fano. Thank you. I think you solidified yourself inside that top 5, so I can be a little selfish. But today is most of the fan base biggest want and biggest need discussion as far as edge. And like Kyle said, about 14, 15 of these guys that we're going to discuss. So, hey, man, buckle up. I'm ready for it.
Without a doubt, this is definitely probably going to be one of the larger discussed podcasts we have tonight, especially with edge rusher, a position that has not been solved in the past couple of years in Washington. Read a couple of comments. Shout out to Air Mint. Shout out to all the people in the comments. We got Radar right here. You know what's up, fellas. Of course, you're not up here right now. But let's go ahead and talk about the combine a little bit. So the combine has commenced today. We started off with the defensive line. We started off, and then we ended with the offensive line. So we saw a couple of position groups. Obviously, the wide receivers, running backs, tight ends. Of course, offensively, those guys are going to get the thing. But by far, for what we've seen, this was probably one of the strongest athletic combines we have seen in terms of how absolutely insane these athletes are, from combine speed, short cuddle, the 40 times, all over the place. We're seeing a lot of elite talent on both sides of the football. So, with that being said, for you, Smoke, who do you think out of all the position groups who won this combine?
Sonny Styles won the combine. His name was buzzing that night and the next day and throughout the weekend, even to the point of, I'm gonna just say, matter of fact, the Styles brothers, they both won. They both won the weekend. Understand, when we talking first round talent, it's Sonny. Later round talent is Lorenzo. But yeah, them Styles boys, man, they were out there styling. So yeah, that's who won the weekend for me.
Have you seen their dad? Oh, they had to, man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the dad is he's yeah, he's something else as well, dog. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But Kyle, who you think, won the combine? It could be an individual or it could be a position group itself.
I think individually, the guy that I highlighted in our running back show last week in Mike Washington really made a case for himself at 6'1", 220 pounds, running a 4.33. I think he really showcased his speed, his explosion. And I've talked to, guys like Thor Nystrom who cover the draft and love like fantasy football. And that he in particular did not like the whole running back class. And so if you take that into consideration, that it's going to be few and far between in that regard, I think
Yeah.
Mike Washington really helped his case because most likely he probably jumped up to a mid rounder, whereas before the combine he was probably considered a late.
Yeah. I think for me, and I know you guys point out, I'm going to go with position groups. I think the position groups that people have a lot of questions about coming into this pre-combine, pre-draft process. We've been hearing all season, we always get that conversation like this is not a strong class for certain positions, stuff like that. I, for one, think these certain positions actually spot out, show how deep and how potentially they can make some impacts and stuff in the draft process. I think the safety room had a great afternoon. I think the edge rushers show how versatile and athletic they are. Um,
Linebackers.
linebackers have showed out as well. And of course, even with the wide receivers, I know a lot of people always talk about, when we compare like Malik Neighbors class and the other wide receiver stuff. This wide receiver class show how deep they are in certain spots. Guys that can play the X, guys that can play the Z, guys that can play in the slot. Things of that nature. I think for those groups, they showed that hey, you guys are kind of sleeping on us, and we're going to show you up in the process. 40 times we're absolutely insane. 40 times we're absolutely insane for a lot of groups.
I mean, Taylon Green running at 6'6", running a 4.3 is absolutely incredible. For that big of a human running that quick, I played with guys that were taller and had long strides like Taylon Green, and 4.33, that's just disgusting at his height.
What's up with your boy Carnell Tate, DT? What's going on?
I don't know. So what is the discourse about Cardell Tate?
So they reported that he was aiming for like 4.45, you know what I mean, and running a 4.5 flat,
Okay.
you know what I
I
mean.
heard
So
that.
yeah, so you know what I mean. Of course, internet blowing up about it, things of that nature. But yeah, so I thought he was absolutely faster than the 4.5 flat. Ain't nothing wrong with a 4.5 flat, but I thought straight line speed he was faster than that.
I'd be happy with a 4.5 flat. I don't know about you
We
two.
live in a day and age where edges are getting 4.5 flats.
Well, I understand that, but I also understand that in the NFL and in football in particular, what matters most is that you catch the football. We've seen guys run 4.2s, 4.3s that can't hold on to the ball, aren't good at route running and everything of the sort. And I think that's where Carnell Tate really has his specialty in being able to do well. I think Chase Radar actually brought up a really good point on Twitter saying like Devontae Adams didn't run well in his combine, but you see how great of a career he had. It's not the end all be all. But I can understand what people are saying, right? Like he's a contested catch guy, and he's very good at route running. And I honestly think the ace of his game is his blocking and helping you in the run game because he really is very. I'm not gonna. What's the good word? He's very motivated to help in that regard, and he's somebody that's a plus in that category. And so, Cardinal Tate, you're just getting an all-around good player. And of course, people want speed at the end of the day, but it doesn't mean that he's not gonna be able to run by people.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm not really pressed about the whole 40 time for Carnell. I know from a personal standpoint, Carnell was shooting for his personal goals, and of course, it didn't look like he reached it. But some people said, NFL scouts and stuff like, well, I timed it at a 4.4. But I mean, I think at the end of the day, what it don't really matter to me what he runs. Like when you see him, he can run routes.
Yeah.
You know where he played at. He played at the Ohio State. He was coached by one of the best. I think, honestly, that matters. And in fairness, we have seen some guys, that necessarily didn't run the 40 that they wanted to run, but I don't think that stops them from actually being a good wide receiver.
Yeah.
I just find it weird, when it comes to some slight discord when it comes to Ohio State receivers, like, Jackson Smith-Njigba. He fell all the way to like 19, 20, something like that, because they only saw him as a slot receiver. Emeka Egbuka last year, he was all the way to 19, but because he was seen as a slot receiver, but he could play inside and out. And of course, Cardell, primarily, he played on the outside. But if we're really worrying about him not running a 4.4, I mean, I think we all have to pump the brakes a little bit on that. I don't think a 4.5 is a death sentence for a wide receiver. I wish I could run a 4.5.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
This is the best one I've ever seen. We'll definitely get to that. Let's see some of the comments. 4.5 at his size is decent. I swear I think take narratives teams out of the top 10 100 to fall. And that potentially could. I mean, we seen the general manager for the Bills was like, he ain't running that fast. And we all know the Bills need wide receiver help for Josh Allen.
Right. I could definitely say, because they were saying some teams had him at like a 4.7, and then some teams had a 4.52. And it's, some people are slower than others, but others have motivations to it. It wouldn't make me think twice that other teams are trying to push guys down to them. But at the end of the day, they can't really do anything because the team's going to fall in love with a player that they really like.
Gotcha. All right, what's up, Sean? I think it's the first time seeing you up here. You have a list for us. You have Styles number 1, Reese 2, Bailey 3, Downs 4, Bain 5, 6, Love, and Tate 7. The order I hope falls to us are Commanders at pick number 7. What do y'all think about that list?
So he's saying that that's his order of that he would pick if they fell to you at 7, if they were there at 7. I think is what he's saying.
Yeah.
Can you kind of clarify, Sean?
No, I think that's what he's saying. Like, if these guys were available at 7, he's picking them in that order.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if Styles is gone, he's going with Reese. If Styles and Reese are gone, he's going with David Bailey. If all top 3 are gone, he's going with Downs. Mm-hmm. I think is what he's saying.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
But it is confusing because he has 7 listed.
Yeah. Oh Lord, dude's up here ready to share what he got to say. This is the problem with the combine. He ran by folks all year, but because he ran a 4.5, he's slow. If it's that simple, put the D in at wide receiver.
We'll do that, dude.
Yeah, that's good.
We'll do that.
And Sean did confirm. Yeah, that's what he's saying. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. I mean, everybody has their different lists and stuff whatsoever. So let's go ahead and talk about some losers, though. So from a standpoint, not everybody.
I don't want to talk about the Cowboys.
Not everybody participated at the combine, but there were some people that did, and they might have left a little bit of an underwhelming performance. Was there anybody in particular this weekend that didn't really boost their stock or kind of hurt their stock a slight bit?
I don't want to choose the easy one, which is Bain. Like, what's the point? I keep picking on him, but I'm gonna say I watched Malachi Fields, Notre Dame. I don't think he did anything to help his stock this weekend. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. I even heard certain interviews didn't go as well, according to my Notre Dame brethren I follow on the app and stuff like that. They say certain interviews with certain teams didn't go as well. On field drills didn't look as crisp. But I'll say Malachi Fields, because some people got him going, mid-second, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. So me being a fan of Notre Dame, I didn't see that, you know what I mean, this season. But hey, these scouts and other people, they got, they see something different. They see a 6'4" frame, stuff like that, and everybody always looking for that. So yeah, I'm gonna choose Malachi Fields this weekend.
Not gonna lie to you, I didn't watch much of the combine. I was just following along on Twitter, because I think the most important thing from the combine is the interview process and getting to know guys who you really like and enjoy. And of course, it's like a little cherry on top of the sundae of getting to know a player based on what they can provide you in speed and everything of the sort. But it's not like track correlates to football 150%. There are areas that track does come out for you, but it's not really something that can generate and move over to football. Obviously, the film takes precedent, but I know that some people were crapping on David Bailey based on his agility drills, being able to change his hips and move off and everything of that nature. So I don't personally say that anybody fell from it, but that I've seen people say David Bailey didn't look as smooth and crisp as they would have liked.
Got you. I think for me, I would say for those that I kind of had a little bit of questions about. I'll point out just a couple. A guy like Josh Cameron from Baylor, I was kind of interested to see how does he look in like the cone drills and what his 40 time look like. Coming from that Baylor offense, a lot of stuff that he was doing was a lot of hitches for RPOs and stuff. What is his full route tree? I wanted to see something like that. Bain, I get it in terms of the talent. He's consensus board, but you still want to see what it would look like on the field and things. Those are just a couple, but not really having. Malachi Fields was also a one that a lot of people have talked about as well. And I think because we just got into the All-Star games. They see the size. He has the traits that can play outside. Everybody's looking for that big body receiver. Everybody's looking for a T. Higgins, I would say, to play on the outside. And, him running 4.62, at his size, some people thought it would be a 4.5. Maybe a 4.5 would have been good for him. He wasn't as crisp as things. So I'll probably point out a couple of those as well. I do see Sean he says, downs by not working out. So how do y'all feel about that? Because this is a deep safety class. I do think some of the safeties definitely improved your start this weekend. What do y'all think about Caleb Downs not doing the workout stuff? Which I already knew when he did the podcast and stuff in Indy. I was like, oh yeah, he's not working out.
I'm not bothered by it whatsoever. I think it's smart to leave the extra into the imagination because the film talks for itself. And I know that if he would have tested, it probably would have derailed him more than helped him. So I get why he didn't sit out. I get why most of these guys don't do it. Did Jeremiah Love do all of the drills or just the 40?
No, he did everything.
He did everything.
He did everything? Okay.
Yes.
No, Downs. Yeah, I mean, I'm not worried about it. Like, it's a gap between him and the next. We did see the next Emmanuel McNeil Warren, stuff like that. But long grueling season, man. Rest up, attack it during the pro day. You know what I mean? Get these people one thing, but he's certified top 10, or maybe right outside of top 10. But yeah, he has nothing to worry about. I'm not worried about Downs.
Is Radar saying lemon because of the interview he did with the press?
That's confidence, bro. I'm sorry. Y'all may look at it as zesty. That's confidence. That man is confident, man. I'm telling you, man. He's an athlete. That dude's sitting there like sizing him up. Like
Radar said, "Nah, it's."
I love to play with Jaden. Yeah, yeah.
That's interesting though. Now we did just hear, for those that haven't heard, there is a word going on about Kyle Lemon bombing his interviews.
I wonder why.
He did not run the 40, but he did do every other drill. I didn't really watch Makai though. I was more impressed with Jacoby Lane. He ran a 4.47. I think that's a great time for him, especially for his size as well. And he was catching everything, so I think his stock gonna boost up, especially when we get to the pro day. But Lemon though, I didn't really see much from Lemon that that would make him drop.
It was about 5 to 7 guys that didn't do the 40 for the receivers, but participated in the field drills.
I think that was a lot of people in other groups as well. Like they didn't do the 40, but they did the on-field drills.
Mm-hmm.
I'm confused.
Mesidor didn't run? Didn't do anything?
I don't remember seeing Mesidor. Nope. Him or Bain didn't run. I don't even think Mesidor did. I don't think neither one of them did field drills. So they was just there, I guess, for the vibes, for the interviews.
He didn't have to do anything. Yeah, and like I said, Radar said no, it's not because of the interviews.
Oh, that was a joke, Radar.
But these teams know what they're doing. They did nothing. Okay. All right. So since we've been talking about Bane, let's ask this question. Is everybody on the in the group chat and stuff in the comment section can share what they feel. So it's been a lot going on about the last couple of years, especially for offensive line and especially for defensive line when it comes to arm length. And one player this year that arms have been in question has been Ruben Bain. As dominant as he has been in college football this past season, the one thing that scouts in the NFL community have been concerned about is his arm length. And what we just seen this past season, Will Campbell, a guy that we did we didn't even do the offensive line last year. That was a surprise. But Will Campbell was one person of note that had smaller arms, and there was consideration and talks talking about him trying to transition into another position in the NFL, and that's playing guard. So, Smoke, I want to get to you first. How do you feel about arm gate, as Deuce would say in the script?
Why is it only for Ruben Bain and not Cassius Howe? Cassius Howe's arms was just as short, if not shorter.
There's a big reason for that.
Cassius Howe is still considered a first-round pick, not inside the top 10. But what does Bain tape say? What does his tape say? I don't care what the arms say, because Adam Schefter reported that some teams measured his arms at 32 inches. So what's the real? Why doesn't the NFL have one measurer with a pause for everybody that walked through that door, every prospect? And these are the details for every club. They got 32-inch arms, 10-inch hands, this, that, and the third. Why not? So it leaves that speculation. But like I say, Bain tape speaks volumes. Bain knows how to use his arms. This is a guy that's been playing with short arms for his college career, high school career. Figured a way out to make it to D1, top D1 from high school. Now he's figuring his way out to be in the top 10 pick in the NFL. I could care less about his arms if the production is there. This is not the first time we've seen someone with short arms. Some guys, it may take a little longer, but I'm telling you, Bain will figure it out and use this as motivation, like I said last week.
I do think the big difference with him and Howell is a natural speed rusher, right? He's very good at being able to get around the edge. And I would say that's probably why Bain is catching more than Howell is at this moment, because of his arm length. But I'm with Smoke that arm length doesn't truly matter to me. It's more about hand usage. So an offensive lineman can have long arms of being able to get on your chest. But if you're able to use your hands to get his arms off of you, so you're able to get clean off of that block, that's when we can make some money. And that's where I think Bain probably does really well at, being able to use his hands and hand usage. So the arm length is not a big concern for me. It's much more so about the hand usage and being able to get clean. That's what's very important to me. I don't put all that much stock into the arm gate. I put more stock into it with offensive linemen. Like, because I have kids, right? If I had shorter arms and I'm trying to get my son to get dressed and he's running around the house, it would really benefit me to be able to go and grab him if I had longer arms, right? Well, that's the same thing with offensive tackles. You got guys trying to run around you. If you have longer arms, you're able to stand them up. And you kind of saw that with Will Campbell in the Super Bowl. He struggled mightily. I think his arm length is a real thing, and I do think that the Patriots really needed a left tackle. But if anybody else would have drafted Will Campbell, they might have moved him inside. But overall, I think it's a bigger issue for offensive tackles than it is for defensive ends.
I'm going to say this about the speed rusher from Howe. Howe's going to need another edge or two to get him in those situations. Bane is that guy to get you in those situations. He's a guy to keep you in the 2nd and 8, a 3rd and 7, because he done set the edge, things of that nature, using those hands, stuff like that. So yeah, man, like I say, I'm not worried about it, bro. Bane tape is elite, and hey, man, let people talk about the arms. Go prove them wrong.
So you brought up a fair point, Smoke. He's not the only one that has the smaller arm length in the NFL draft. Cassius Howell is also one to note of here, and we'll be getting to his film later on. But I think for me, a lot of people talk about arm length because the one thing that the NFL and what people love automatically go crazy for is the traits, physical traits of a player. They love the guys with the long arms. They love the guys that are 6'5", 6'6". They love the quick twitch, the get off. They love all that stuff. And I think for a lot of people that's the automatic one thing you have to look at. But when you have guys that don't automatically have those type of things, it kind of pushes you away. It's like, he don't have that same get off like I see from a lot of here. He might not have the same get off, but there are some things that a player will do to compensate for what they're not able to do. And I also think the big thing with Will Campbell is, yes, he does not have the longest arms in the world. But I also think from a technique standpoint, he needs to be taught something in order to compensate for that. The way he can play left tackle. I still think he can play left tackle, but I think he needs some type of one-on-one coaching in terms of his stances or how he's going against edge rushers and things like that. I think that stuff matters just as well. So when we get into this, yes, these guys probably have the long arms. And to Kyle's point, you may have the long arms, but that doesn't automatically mean you're going to be successful in the NFL.
Right.
Sean said, I don't get about Bane's arm. Edge rusher and defensive end free agency is such a limited prime position, and about 22 teams are looking for one. I'll take Bane's tape over some arbitrary arm length.
I'm with you on that, Sean.
Reda said, I know the focus on Bane arm, but he's still probably going to top 10. With Bane, I don't think he's much of an athlete, but still a good player. I think it's just semantics.
He just means that I don't want to put words in Radar's mouth, but Bane is much more heavy-footed than the other rushers that's up there with him. He's much more your prototypical 4-3 defensive end that you can sit there and say he's going to set the edge in the run game. He's going to create pressure on his bull rushes and being able to get after the quarterback. But he's not that quick, twitchy type of guy like the others are in the top half.
Yeah. Bane's body type is I would say is very. Bane's body type is much like Jonathan Allen's to me in terms of how you look at it, a little thick, a little bit broader than what the consensus edge rusher that a lot of people will want.
You're right.
Which a lot of people will see why there's been conversations or people talk about, well, you could put him inside, you can put him outside. He could play a 3 technique. He could play the 4HI inside and a couple of 3-4 defenses. He brings that type of versatility, which a lot of people will love. So I think his body is an outlier for as an edge rusher, I would say.
Yeah.
Khalil Farrell. Oh my God, we had
Clellan.
What up, Chuck?
What's
Do you
up,
think Bane learning from Jason Taylor will help him in the league? Absolutely. Jason Taylor is the defensive line pass rush coach at the University of Miami. He has worked with Akeem Mesidor and Ruben Bain. Every pregame, they're doing pass rush reps before they get ready for the game. So that's another good benefit for him as well. With Bain, he also lined up 3 technique. Yeah. Just mentioned that. Powerful and quick. Bain knows how to get good leverage. Those are all true about Ruben Bain. So I think we all came to sense, man. Like, I'm not really pressed about arm length, man. I'm really not pressed about arm length. I get why people talk about it. It's a talking point. I think just people just put it on a card on ESPN to be like, we don't want no short arm defensive end, but still draft a guy top 10.
Agreed. I was
All
going to make a
right.
joke, but
We are about to go ahead and get ready. So this is what everybody has been waiting for. We're going to go ahead with the edge rushing group. Now, so what we did something a little bit different. Um, we did a compilation of all our guys together, and we're gonna have it. We have at least 15 edge rushers, y'all. 15 edge rushers that we're gonna be talking about up here on this podcast. So, first one up that we're gonna have is my guy Kenyon Crawford. Let's go. Oh, I had to fix. Yeah, can I fix it? Can I fix it? Oh no.
Keyron, dude, he's such a great athlete.
Uh-oh. There we
Drop
go.
dropping back into coverage. That dude is awesome. It's just a black screen right now.
Yeah, I haven't played video.
All right, okay. I just want to make sure.
Yeah. So first up is my guy Keon Crawford. So I got to him a little bit late. I was watching some Kendrick Falk games and stuff, but he was the one guy that also was popping up to me.
Mm-hmm.
He transferred from Arkansas State. He's more of a tweener player, like a linebacker slash edge rusher.
Yep.
And you can see he's playing in this defense. I think for him, he could be projected as definitely as a 3-4 outside linebacker if we're going fully to the 3-4 defense. He has a quick twitch. He's able to get to the quarterback. He's able to stop the run. 6'3", 252 pounds. That this is a guy that could be a great fit somewhere on day 3 for the Washington Commanders. I love the get off. I love the high motor. I do think he has some more to be tapped in, but he will be a guy I would target day 3.
I absolutely agree with you, DT. In terms of what Durante Jones would want to do defense with like a multi-front, moving guys around, Keyron Crawford would absolutely fit into that, where being able to move, seeing him out in space and coverage, he is very, very good at being able to cover some ground. And I totally agree with you about the tweener player. He definitely fits that bill.
That's crazy. Like it's multiple edges in this draft that play alongside another edge that's getting drafted. And then your eyes get caught looking at the other guy like, hold on, let me see him. And then, you go from there. Because, like, when I was looking at Zion Young, I noticed the other edge that transferred to Miami. And I'm like,
dude, he is good.
I'm like, bro.
Number eight.
Yeah.
Dude, phenomenal, Smoke. Dude, every time he popped up, I was just like you. I was watching Zion Young, and I was like, "Who is this other cat? Is he coming out?"
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even see Deuce up here.
Here's another example. Another example right here.
All right. What's up, man? What y'all doing, man?
What's up? What's up with you, Deuce? What's up, man?
What y'all talking combine? I do want to say, I didn't catch the beginning, but I do want to say, everyone gave about 3 or 4 edge rushers, mainly 4 for most people, right? Everybody. Somebody had 3, and then they sent the last one like an hour ago, but we ain't gonna talk about that. It was only one player that more than one person that 2 people had. There are 15 edge rushers on this episode. 15 separate edge rushers on this episode. Like, that tells you how deep this edge class is. Right? Like, this edge class is deep. And this is something to consider when you're doing your mock drafts and you're talking about pick 7. For the Commanders, and especially when they talk about free agency. All right, so the first guy was that Keyvon Crawford. Y'all just talked about him. The second guy, how you pronounce his first name?
Romello Heights.
Romello
Heights. That absolutely sounds like a Boondocks neighborhood.
Yeah.
All right, this is you all could talk a little bit about. This is actually one of Radar's guys,
Yes.
Romello Heights, and you could just let it run, DT.
Hey man, nothing's wrong with a late bloomer. I tell you that much. Nothing's wrong with it. I think he's already 25 or will be 25 by the time the season comes around. But this is another one. You sitting there, you looking at David Bailey, and you're like, who's the other edge? I like the other edge.
Whew.
And things of that nature, man. So, man, that D line was fierce this year, man.
All four guys.
Yeah, like we
that
got
whole
defense.
defense.
You know what I mean? Stuff like that, man. So, yeah, Romello Heights, man, he's really good, man. I'll let y'all get into him.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, he's a guy that has been across college football. He's been at Georgia Tech, he's been at USC, he's been at Auburn, and lastly he's at Texas Tech. He is the running mate to David Bailey, and of course David Bailey is going to get all the love and consideration, but this guy is just as good. If David Bailey was not on that team, he would have had at least the 14 sacks that David Bailey had gotten this past season.
Yeah, I think he had 10, right? Then he had 10 or
10
something.
and a half.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That get off is insane, man.
Yeah, a couple forced fumbles. I think he ran like 4.6, 4.7. And a lot of these guys can go early too. This is a guy like day 2, depending on how the draft fall. You might get out of the second round into the third, but definitely a lot of upside for him. The next guy is Smoke. Nadine Tucker. Go ahead, Smoke.
Nadine Tucker, man. This is more like right now, probably 4th, 5th round guy. I'm gonna say 5th because we have a 5th and not a 4th. 6'2", 247, 31. Hold on, let me see. What is this? Let me see. 31 and 3/8 arms, 9-inch hands. He ran a 4.7 340. His 10-yard split was 1.65. He had a 33 and a half vert, a 9.11 broad jump. And let me just run off some accolades. 14 and a half sacks. This is a guy that transferred from 2 JUCOs to the University of Houston. He went to the University of Houston for 3 seasons, didn't pan out, 13 games played, I believe, something like that, didn't record a sack. Transfers to Western Michigan. Western Michigan, y'all, and as you see the film, I took the film from the Illinois and Michigan State game because of Western Michigan and the conference they play, and this guy's good, man. Let me give you the accolades. He's the MAC Defensive Player of the Year. He was 3rd team All-American, Walter Camp Award winner, and he was the MAC MVP for the whole conference. Not your quarterback, not your running back, not a receiver. We're talking an edge rusher with 14 and a half sacks. So what I struggle with is when I find the stat of 14 and a half sacks, they say he led the nation. But I found a stat of David Bailey of 15 sacks, which led the nation. So I don't know which one led the nation at the end of the day. PFF grade, he had a 90.6. That was 11 out of 871, I believe. 51 pressures this, I think it was this season. Yes, 51 pressures. That ranked 19th on PFF. So, hey, man, he's a good edge. Good lean, good counter moves. I like Gabe Yackers, man.
Woo!
All right, our next guy is Caden Curry. Cal is your guy.
Yeah, so this is a late round guy, and he's not going to get a lot of the limelight because of what's there with Styles, with Reese, and Downs. But what I like about him most is his versatility. The one thing we have to take into consideration with Durante Jones is he talked about versatility and flexibility. There you saw him out wide. This one is him coming up through the interior on a screen play, and he's so quick over the center that he gets the sack on the screen before it can even develop. Here he's on the outside rushing over the right tackle. Oh, no, my bad. Over the center. This is the one over the center where he goes by two different blockers, the center and the guard, feeding through and then able to get down the sack. So they use him all over the field. Here's him crashing down a tight end, stopping the run very, very quickly. This is him getting in on a sack on bending the edge around the corner. So we're talking about a late round pick, but if you're talking about double dipping in this class, you're looking for a bigger body. That was him in coverage, by the way, tracking down a running back. This is a dude, I think, when his middle name is versatile. And if you want to be able to add some meat onto the roster at the end, that you can move around in different pieces in different areas. You're talking about the 0 tech, the 3 tech, the 5 tech. This is a guy that Caden Curry can absolutely come in and help you out, bringing some meat onto your plate. Pause.
Yeah, as an Ohio State fan, I want a quick add here. He definitely ascended this year. Sat behind JT Tuimoloau, also sat behind Jack Sawyer. And then, with him and the other guy, Keanu Jackson, they took the opportunity to step up. And, Katie Curry had 11 and a half sacks. Another year, one of our younger guys getting 10 plus sacks. So he's definitely a versatile playmaker, especially how Matt Patricia was able to use him playing the zero technique, playing outside and stuff like that. And I will say, I agree. If there's a potential chance of double dipping in this draft, I could potentially see a guy like Caden Curry being a backup edge rusher for this team.
DT, I'm gonna switch controls, DT.
Okay.
Next up is Patrick Payton. Going right back to you, Kyle.
Yeah, with Patrick Payton, it's another late round guy, and his middle name is Missed Tackles. He misses so many dang tackles, and it's insane how many he misses. I think only had like one sack this year. But the one thing I took away from him, do you remember what minute we were on?
Yeah, I got you. My bad.
But is his first step off the line of scrimmage. It's insane how quick he is off the ball. His biggest weakness, I would say, is his bull rush. He doesn't have all that much weight coming through with him. But when you watch him, when he bends around this edge, he's beating these tackles to the depth point.
My bad.
You're good.
Go ahead, keep going, Kyle. We'll get it right.
Oh, so I'm waiting for the film. I like for the film to be running. It's like he is.
Oh, you like Chris Berman?
Yeah. You already know.
DT, what's the time stamp on that, DT?
Could be 4:32. I don't know how I know that. I watched the video maybe like twice.
I like how you put them all into one to make it easier.
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah,
should be about like 4:32.
But it is kind of crazy watching him and seeing, because so many times you see him on the ground trying to get tackles and he's just getting ran by. And that's why he's mostly being pushed down the list all the way at the end. But I know that a lot of smart people in the world, when they talk about edge rushers, the one thing they talk about is the get off, is the first step, being able to get how much depth you're able to get. And I think Patrick Payton is one of the best in this draft class of being able to get that depth in such a quick manner, that it is something to consider. If you're talking about just a pass rush specialist, this is a type of guy that you could plug in very late in the draft, if not UDFA, and be able to help you out a little bit. So this is showing how quick he is.
His Florida State film is something to look at too.
This is crazy. Watch this. Watch the snap of the ball.
Yeah.
Look at everyone else. He times that snap perfectly, dude. He does it in multiple games.
It's ridiculous.
I like his Florida State film.
Yeah, I remember. I think one of the first episodes we did a mock draft, and I selected him in the late rounds, and I like the talent. It's just I'm very curious what was the difference from his time at Florida State to he got to LSU. At LSU with all the dudes, they had a tremendous defense. He should have taken a great opportunity to, got all the numbers that he should have gotten.
LSU's defense had a really bad year. I don't know why. I know that Lane Kiffin ended up getting axed, but they were getting chewed up, man. Texas A&M put up some numbers on them. And I think they weren't the only ones too. I know Delane was doing his thing, but everyone else was getting picked on. And Harold Perkins is no slouch either.
All right, your guy DT.
Deny Dennis Sutton. Deny Dennis Sutton. You know, when we talk about Happy Valley, they always going to produce edge rushers. He played alongside his number 2 overall pick, Abdul Carter. Very toolsy, strong defender, very disruptive, shows some flashes. It's just all about putting it together for Deny. Just putting it all together for him on film and on the tape and in performances. But as the stretch, after they went around like 2 to 4 wins, he started to pick it up. You see the size. He's about 6'6", strong edge setting ability, can help you stop the run. Just look at the get off and look at the ability to break out the tackle and go after the quarterback. He's also very athletic. He can play in some coverage. He has made some multiple batted down passes, had at least 1 interception, and had an interception on a 2-point conversion. So he can play in coverage. He can probably be a stand-up linebacker, and watch him go after K. Kupnick right there as somewhat of a semi-spy.
Oh, I like that.
Now, I do think he might need some pass rush refinement, some more counter moves, and need to work on some pad consistency against tackles. But he could put it all together. He could be a 3-down power edge rusher for an NFL team.
I don't like his cage, but everything else in this game I like. I ain't gonna lie to you. Every time I see him play, I'm like, bro, this 33 kid, he just looks awkward, but he balls.
All right, Joshua Joseph, Tennessee, 6'3", 6'4", 240. I think the one thing that's good for him, I think he's pretty good in the run game, and also he's great with his hands, right? Like, I don't know like what it is, but he's very great with his hands. He always knows what the football is. He always going for the football. He's a playmaker for sure. I'm not sure what he ran in this at the combine. What he ran, it probably was like 4.6, 4.7.
I don't think he ran.
He didn't run.
I don't remember seeing him.
I don't think he ran.
Okay. But he's very twitchy, man. He's explosive. He's also one of those guys that got a very nice first step. You could kind of see it on the tape. Watch this next play coming up. Like his first step is very, very good, man. He leans into the defender a lot. I think he's 2 second round, third round. It just kind of depends. Like, you see some mocks got him going late first, some got him in the second. So that's somebody you can definitely look for. Next up is, I think this dog tie was waiting on this guy, Gabe Jacobs. Go ahead, Smoke.
That's my guy right there, Gabe Akis. The J is silent. A 6'4", 260. He measured at 33-inch arms, 10-inch hands. He had 30 reps. He did 30 reps on the bench press. He didn't do the 40. He had a 78.3 grade on PFF, which was 121 out of 871. 41 pressures. That was this season, 56 out of 871. And his 44 starts, he's had 85 pressures in the last 2 seasons. This guy got great bend. He's a solid edge defender. He loves to hold the edge up, things of that nature. I'm letting the film just talk, like, see how I just flush the quarterback up out of there. He never gets too far above the quarterback. He usually stays level with him. So, yeah, this is a guy that I'm looking for at pick 71, Gabe Akins.
All right, let's
Fun
go with
fact. He is second all time in Illinois history in sacks.
There you
go. Good. Fun fact.
You need to add fun facts to the show.
I like that.
Oh, yeah, Mitch just asked, didn't he break the record at Illinois?
He was close. He was close to Simeon Rice.
What a name. Sheesh. Simeon Rice. That was back when they was in the NFC East, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't that long ago?
Well, hold on, Simeon.
Oh, so that's a minute ago. All right, stay right there with you. Smoke, you got David Bailey, and then Kyle will pick up with David Bailey too.
Hey, Kyle, you want to start it off? Because I know you got all the numbers, just like I got all the numbers. But man, David Bailey, pick number 7. I wish David Bailey could fall to 7. I'm not gonna lie to you. Ran a 4.5 flat at the combine. Had what was he? 33 and 3/4 inch arms, 6'4", 251, 10 and a quarter hands. He had a 10.61 10-yard split. He had a 10.9 broad jump and a 35-inch vert. The numbers I have, Kyle, you may confirm, 92.4, which was 5th on PFF, 73 total pressures, and 15 sacks. I didn't even bother to send film in because if you haven't paid attention to David Bailey by now, shame on you, man. Like, if you looking for, 4.3, 3.4 edge rusher, he could stand up, he could put his hand in the dirt. Hey man, I'm gonna let Kyle take over because I'm gonna just here goes some film right here. Matter of fact, I did send film in, and it's all from the Oregon game. It's all from the Oregon game. Matter of fact, I did do that, so you'll get a good glimpse right here. What's up, Kyle? Talk to me.
So what I really like about David Bailey, because everything that all my projections are based on, or who I highlight, is based on what Durante Jones likes to do, and he likes versatile players that are athletic, that can move all over. Look at that bend, and they talked about the bend being a thing, right? And it's hysterical. I heard people talk about comparing him to Brian Arakpo, like Ian Cummings from PFF. I don't really get that comparison because Brian Arakpo never had a spin move, so I don't know where that comes from. With David Bailey, it's funny because when you look at Gabe Yakas, right, some of those highlights were they're against
arms, bro. Like,
they're unblocked, or they're against, some of them are against tight ends. With David Bailey, he's getting doubled. He's getting chipped by running backs. He's getting a lot of help provided over to him, and he's still winning. That's what I really like about David Bailey is his speed off the edge, his ability to use the spin move when necessary, using his bull rush to be able to collapse pockets. And I know a lot of people have been talking about his run defense, which does need some help. I won't lie to you. It does need some help. But I think what he's really good at, he's really, really good at it. And that's what makes money in the NFL. With David Bailey, there are some concerns about his weight of being able to hold up against NFL linemen. But I think just purely based on what he has done so far, you can feel confident at the next level that his speed and his ability to get after the passer is not going to diminish.
watch how he walks up. Watch how he walks up.
I love the no gloves. That just tells you he's a dog.
This dude is different, bro.
Those are 2 caliber offensive tackles, by the way.
Look at that. He out there joining tube socks.
Yep.
Look, all he got on is tube socks, bro.
It's so easy to find him on film. You just look for the guy without gloves. No wristbands, no forearm bands.
That Oregon game was ridiculous.
It was, even though they got break.
See, I wish I would have watched. I wish I would have watched that one. Smoke.
Yeah, that was the bowl game. Like, man,
disgusting. There's even more to it.
I mean, like, this is the thing about
this is him in coverage. No,
we won't go back to it. But like, this is the thing about pressures. Like, when we talk about pressures, right? It's all about you really have to justify each pressure off of what that pressure created, right? Because if it's not a sack, then like we don't know what the pressure created. But like, for instance, for this play, I think it's the next one. Watch the quarterback. Like, he knows where he's coming. Look at the quarterback. Look, he's just fading away. Look, you said like that's all. Like that's a solid. This pressure is better than the sack.
Can you pause it? That's 4th and 23. He's forced to check that ball down, which gets picked off.
And he's throwing fade. He's throwing leaning to his left, falling back, right? Because of the pressure. Now this pressure is better than a sack because of the fact that it got a turnover. I mean, even though, like you say, it's 4th down, it's going to be a turnover on downs anyway. But still, like, he got an interception off of that.
So that's this crazy, is him as a quarterback spy, where he's reading. Now he's going up on Jalen Daniels, and he has to dump it. Just showing, like, we're talking about versatility, right? Versatility, that's the name of the game for Durante Jones.
He can't even look downfield, bro.
Oh. And that's what David Bailey provides. Check. These guys are throwing the ball away because they have no time.
Oh,
He's ready-made.
Yeah.
The guy in the mock, you got to work with him.
My goodness.
Woo!
My goodness.
The guy in the mock is nasty.
What is we doing, man?
So this is my favorite one, Deuce. Can you rewind it? Because a lot of people talk about his inability to help in the run game, right? Pause it real quick.
Man.
Did you see what he did that left tackle there? He completely stopped the whole run play from developing by pushing that left tackle back into the pullers. So now everyone is congested in the backfield, and it turns into a 3-yard loss.
Yeah, man.
Smartest play right there. You guys played football. You guys know what to do on an option play, right? You stay home. You make sure that you're wide enough to be able to get both, and then come back inside to make it if you keep it.
Like, bro, he covered 2 players.
Yeah.
He covered 2 players, bro.
That's what I mean by a smart football player. He knows exactly what to do in that situation. That was a very impressive play to me. And he gets a forced fumble somehow. I don't know how he did it.
You about to be up, DT. Mason Thomas.
R. Mason Thomas. Do you guys want to know what the R stands for?
I do.
Republican.
It stands for R.
It stands for what?
There is no name.
I know. I looked that up. I'm like, bro.
His name is R. Mason Thomas, but I'm gonna give it a name. He's rated R. One of the most fiercest elite speed rushers in college football. This dude is hectic. I call him a closer. When Oklahoma needed a big play on defense, he came up and made a big play on defense. There are multiple games you can see in the fourth quarter.
Look at him track him down.
That isn't crazy.
Get him.
And mind you, that Oklahoma defense was elite. But look at the get off, bro. He is everywhere. Now, this play right here is very memorable because he got injured on this play, and he ran it all the way back for a touchdown.
No way.
Watch.
That's some Darryl Green type stuff.
I was just the fact that he didn't fall down there. That's incredible.
He's a dog, man.
He's a Senior Bowl guy.
Yeah. I think his best film is in 24. He showed you a lot with his pass rush in 24, but it's not too bad in 25. Just look how he comes off, like the missile tackles, the understanding where the tackle is. Look the smarts that he has. Look at that. That's more like a spy type. And just let me just pause it right here real quick. Another thing that I noticed about Bain, and Armgate, is that he's good at tracking down quarterbacks, like scrambling quarterbacks that move. He's very good at tracking them down. I just kind of thought about that when I saw this play. But, his arms.
His lineman threw him into the quarterback.
Yeah, on that one, yeah. He's just disrespecting him, bro. Power, he uses his hands. You can see right there. He has great hand placement.
I like that stutter step.
Both sides. I do want to ask, like, how do you all feel about the edges that play both sides of the football?
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, I love it too, bro.
One tidbit. I was in I'll give a plug, Draft Nerd Space. He knows the linebackers coach for Clemson. They played ball together in high school. And he said the one thing about T.J. Parker and Peter Woods is that they asked them to do so much. I mean, moving up and down that line of scrimmage. Every year they had a different role for that defense. So he's like, it's very hard to judge these two players. But if you get them in the draft, you're getting an absolute stud. Like, so I guess Dabo had these guys just doing everything. Sometimes Peter Woods would be at zero tech for some reason. You know what I
I
mean?
had somebody on Twitter, Smoke, tell me that Peter Woods wasn't going to be that was too high for Peter Woods in the mid-teens, and I was like, I don't know about all that.
No, because they both strong as an ox. And if you even look at I believe it was Peter Woods combine interview, he got some swag with him, man. So check that one out if you haven't seen it.
I do find it interesting the numbers change, from year to year with them. So you saying, they complexity of their scheme, it probably might have something to do with that. And also, I think Peter Woods had to lose some weight past year.
Yep. And this is coaching. I'm glad you put that plug about the defensive coach, because watch, he on both of these next plays, he's on the left side. Watch his technique on both. Like, this is film work. Like he understands about that right tackle, and a lot of times this is coaching, but also for the player to be able to implement what's being taught for him during the week. Just watch this. Watch this. Not that one. Not this. The next one.
Okay, but still,
I love the stutter step, man.
Here you go. Watch this. Stutter, arm reach. Stutter, arm reach. You see that?
Change it up.
He changed it up. It's that chess match, man.
You see
He
that?
got him. He got him with the bull rush 2 straight times, then comes
now
with
look.
the finesse. Yeah, I love it. Who is that against? South Carolina.
That's South Carolina.
Yeah, South Carolina.
That's a hard dude to bring down too, man.
I won't lie. If we are ever in conversations of trading back,
Zion Young up next month.
if he is there, my God.
I mean, he can just do it from both sides. Look, that's a whole.
Jesus.
I mean, that's what, bro. Like, I know Bailey is the edge of edges, but I'm telling you, these dudes, man. Oh my gosh, bro.
Jesus.
Lord. If Edge is the number is on the board, it's like if Edge is their number one priority, you can absolutely trade back.
Zion Young, 6'6", 262, 33-inch arms, 9.5-inch hands. He only did field drills. He had an 84 PFF grade, which was 48th out of 871. He had 53 pressures, which was 16.
Sorry to cut you off, Smoke, bro. You can't, like, this IQ you can't teach, bro.
Yes.
Watch him stand. This, like, the pressure of being your back up against the goal line. The pressure of being up against the goal line. Watch how calm he is, and watch how he feels out the play, man. Look at that, bro. Like, you can't, like, bro. That's.
He got great burst, length, and power. He absolutely is a game wrecker.
Oh my gosh!
But there's gonna be times where, like I say, I was watching him, and I was more worried about the other edge. But he's a first round talent.
Lamar Wilson,
bro.
Zion Young is a first round talent, man. If you talk about trading back, things of that nature, this is another guy that I would love.
I'm telling you, bro. So, like, it's
Zion Young is good, man. Like, when I was watching this film, I was smiling, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
People just don't know, bro. People just don't know. That's midnight. I'm calling him midnight. Like, he's one complexion from his hair down, bro. Like, he's midnight. Like, he's one complexion, bro. His hair, his face, all that is one complexion. The back of his hands, the front of his hands, it's all one complexion, bro. Like, I would love to have this kid is a baller, you know? Like, he's the attitude dude. Like, he gives you Ken Law type vibes, right? But his is just like it's a more of a presence.
You might gotta go back a little bit. It went to the next one.
Oh, hold up.
Keep going.
My bad.
Nah, you good? No, Zion Young is good, bro. Yeah, he's right here. We good. Yeah, he's good, bro.
That's, who's up? Who's guys there? I don't know. Oh, that's you, DT.
Yeah. once we get there. So Anthony Lucas, he was another one of those guys that came from Texas A&M, transferred to University of Southern California, and this guy has a lot of physical talent that needs to be tapped. And I think for him, the good benefit is we do have his defensive line coach now.
Look at that. Look
Washington.
at that.
And I think for him, he's going to be a very special player.
Hey, dude, if
Bro,
I
I'm sorry, Deets. I didn't even get to your tape. I'm so sorry, Deets.
My fault I meant to say something because I got it in my notes.
Yeah,
I got it about Zion Young. You got to look up him at the coin toss in the overtime game against Auburn. Just hear the stuff he's saying out his mouth at the coin toss, bro. Like, this dude is a different beast. But yeah, so yeah, my fault, y'all. Like, Zion Young is one of them ones.
Yeah, I'm definitely doing him next week, bro. Because when you sent them and I was like looking up, I was like, bro. Like, first of all, he is like a keyboard. Like, if you ever seen a keyboard, like a black keyboard, like that's what he reminds me of. All right, go ahead, DT.
Yeah, so Anthony Lucas is a former Texas A&M Aggie. He transferred to USC. He has rare size length for an edge rusher. He provides versatility along the front. He played under DeAnthony Lynn, who coaches a Baltimore-style defense at USC. He played under Eric Henderson, who was his former defensive line coach at USC and now at the Washington Commanders. He has a lot of potential that needs to be tapped. He has the arm length, he has the size, he has the get off. It's all just about putting it together. Now, with the traits and stuff, he could definitely go day 2 to 3. But you're talking about production, that's probably, a day 3 type of, for a player. But he has everything. He just puts it together. And I see him, a guy that can play inside and out. He can set the edge. He's going up against, that's LSU. He was going up against 2 NFL caliber tackles, and he was setting the edge and going up against an LSU.
Oh, my goodness.
And mind you, that this year right here, that's when he was a little bit smaller.
Setting the edge.
Have you seen that new rugby sport when the guys run full speed at each other?
Yeah, I seen that.
You seen that? That's what he won that one.
He hurt too. He hurt.
Yeah. His soul's hurting right now.
And for a team that USC is not considered physical from back in the day, he brought the physical tone on that defense like Kamari Ramsey.
He looked back at him too, Deuce.
That's a good call with the D-line coach, DT. That flew right over my head, bro.
Okay, I like this too, bro. But DT, I don't know if you agree, but I think he still needs some refinement, right? I think like he can be so much faster off the ball, but he gets lazy a lot. But like this right here, I'm really impressed. Like, look how I can't slow it up, but if we was in slow mode, look how his hands continues to move when he's going around the corner. Look,
hand usage.
You see that? His hands just keep moving as he's going around the corner, and you don't need long arms to do that. But
that's exactly what we were talking about, Deuce, my man. It's exactly what we were talking about.
He got attitude too. All right, Malachi Lawrence. This guy got some range with him, bro.
This is a guy Logan Paulson brought up from the Senior Bowl that stood out.
Look at that, man. Like, he's quick. He got a nice little bend with him.
Is this a radar guy?
Yeah, this is a radar guy.
One of the biggest rises in the draft so far.
I hated that tackle. That was a bad play. Bad tackle.
Woo.
Where y'all got him going?
Yeah. He could
day 2.
Might be top 50, 75.
Yeah.
My goodness, bro. Like it's like he's pretty good in the run game. Oh, that's all we got.
Yeah, we got one more that I sent late.
I got another one. Yeah,
that I sent late.
Yeah, I gotta get that.
I'm sorry, man.
I got you.
That's crazy. Malachi
Lawrence. This play coming up.
He ran a 4.52.
Look, he just continue to use this.
4.52. 1.59 10-yard split, 40-inch vert, and a 10-10 broad.
Woo.
He's athletic. That RAS score gonna be high.
That
On the
explosion, dude.
NFL, they gave a grade.
Even on this play right here,
Mhm.
like he continues to move. He continues to move his feet, continues to move his hands, right? Even though the quarterback is kind of like being guarded on this play. This play, look, you see, like even right, like he's still like. I mean, he's initially beat. Like this is a coverage sack, right? Like this is a coverage pressure on that play, right? Because he's initially held up,
Well,
but
and
he
it's also
continues.
the
Yeah, go ahead.
quarterback doesn't need to escape that pocket. He can stand up in that. He leaves.
Yeah, because of what, like the pressures that he's been getting. Look how he like running around.
Yeah.
Come here, boy. Come here, boy. All right, let me see if I can find this other. But I love it. That's what, like, I'm glad we did edges when we did it, because the draft is so fluid. Like we cannot be stuck. And I know, like, it's a whole lot of love. I got one more day. I got one more day of love tomorrow. I watched some more film over the weekend. I cut some stuff up that I'm gonna post tomorrow, and then I was gonna do Sunny next, right? Hashtag Sunny in DC. But I think I might do your guy, Smoke. Like I might do your guy, bro. Like I really like some of the stuff that I saw when you sent. I was like, well, who's this dude, Smoke? When I first pulled his picture, I was like, man, he like a keyboard. But let me see what he talking about. Like, let me see what he talking about. And I really like that dude, bro. Like, I mean, he could probably be my favorite player in the draft, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Hold on, let me try.
Zion good,
really
man.
like him,
We got one more.
And mind you, there were some guys we, saying kind of got left out.
Yeah.
Oh, a lot, yeah, for sure.
I just got the notification. Let's go. Let's
This is
go.
extension to Armgate.
Armgate is crazy though. Hopefully it doesn't take long. It's almost 2 minutes long, so it's probably take a little bit.
Hopefully, we killed the narrative of a weak edge room. You got some dudes up here, man.
Well, and that's the funny thing with Durante Jones, right? Like, I think that he can work with versatility. You just got to have some traits to be able to get after the passer, and he'll give you some packages isolated. We saw that with Minnesota, right? So it's all about the traits and being able to be versatile and move. And I don't think that we all have like disrespect Ruben Bain, but it's like Ruben Bain, I don't think you can really move around all that much like you can these other guys that we've shown.
Yeah.
Is it something you made, Kyle?
Huh? Yeah. This is Cassius Howell. His highlight tape is crazy. The God-fearing brother himself.
This why I wouldn't put it past us. I believe that we're going to double up.
I agree.
I want that. Bro. I want to double up.
Because you guys were talking about trading back.
Well, now I see why Kyle defended Cassius Howell earlier, DT.
Yes.
It all makes sense now.
Yes.
Hey, man. Hey, man.
That's why I can't crap on the arm length, because honestly, it does come down to the film and what you're able to do with it. And like the hand usage is a legit thing that every defensive lineman needs to excel at in order to be productive in any level.
That's true. That is true.
Come on, dudes. Tell me you got it, bro. Tell me you got it. Tell me you got it. We also got my mock draft to go over, too. I do have some explaining to do for that. I could have done another one, but I was like, no. That feels right. And honestly, we could have put in Arvel Reese with the edges, too, but that would have been disingenuous.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's just do the. I can't get it. You want to just talk about it? It's not letting me download it.
Oh no, it's
Would
so
you?
good.
Would you?
With Cassius Howell. Cassius Howell, yes, he has shorter arms, but he makes up for it in physicality, in speed. Very, very good at moving out into space as well. This is somebody that you can just sick after the quarterback and go after. We talked about trading back. Cassius Howell, maybe not the best overall in trades, but just talk about Scott McCloughan would love this guy. Scott McCloughan would talk about being a football player, right? He always talked about that. Cassius Howell fits the bill. A very intense human being, and he shares a similar name to my son. So he was labeled one of my favorites early on, and his film backed it up, dude. He was absolute that Texas A&M defense led by Torian York were just absolutely violent and physical and successful in everything that they did. All the games that you watch, they just suffocate people to death, and that starts with that defensive line. And Cassius Howell really led them in being able to get after the quarterback in multiple ways in being successful. I think Cassius Howell, even though people will talk about the arm length, I think that he's somebody you could fit in and feel very good with. Oh,
There
did you
we
get
go.
it?
Hey!
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna let the film talk for itself. Look, the shoulder
Yeah.
dip. The shoulder dip is insane. The shoulder dip is crazy. One of the craziest things I've seen. Look at this. Whoop! Right underneath.
Punish.
That was insane too. Yeah,
Right
that's
underneath.
crazy.
He's a dog.
He probably has one of the best second reaction I have seen out of defensive player in this draft so far. Like the ability to identify what's going on around him and make it a play instantly. It could be a screen, it could be play action. Like he's there at the right time. And this guy, he just it's something about Texas A&M and these edge rushers. You know, like last year we talked about Nick Gordon, we talked about Shamar Stewart. You know, they're protected, but they had the trades. He comes in and he just dominates on that defensive line.
Look at this. Sorry, DT. Look at this three play sequence. Right, that last one you saw before this, that was a 3rd and 12. The game is 31-30. They came back, and that sack sealed the game for them.
Yo, what was the tackle doing? What is happening?
He didn't jump, but this is a 3-play sequence, by the way. This all happened for them in 3 plays. He had 3 pass deflections. So this one he lined up over center for that one. He rushed over the center. So we're talking about Durante Jones' versatility and moving people. You can move him all over.
Man.
The left tackle just didn't understand what was happening in that play. And then the next one, look, he read that play like a book.
Hey, he did. Oh, he batted that.
Yeah.
Too bad his arms wasn't a little bit
He
short.
read the wide receiver screen, went out wide, and then tapped that ball out.
He'd have missed it if his arms was a little shorter. There you go. All right, let's get to the nitty gritty, man. Let's take a look at this draft. All right, talk to us, Kyle.
Yes. So overall, I forget exactly what I sent you, who was available at this time, around this area. But I've preached about versatility here for Durante Jones, and Arvil Reese would be perfect for what you want to do. Very instinctual as a linebacker, being able to cover gaps in the run game, being able to tackle defenders, but also his ability just to get after the passer. You're talking about like having shark teeth for a defense where multiple people could come at you. Arvil Reese not only can help you in the coverage game, being able to cover running backs, but also getting after the passer. And Arvil Reese definitely fits into that category. Either him or Sonny Styles, in my personal opinion, would be perfect fits for what they want to do under Durante Jones. I think this is the piece that Durante Jones kind of needs to set the tone for defensively of what they would like to do of being interchangeable and moving around. I don't think you can go wrong with this. I hope Arvil Reese falls to 7 in this regard. And more importantly, what Washington's defense needs, they need an identity and they need a building block for the future. We saw last year that adding free agents is just a Band-Aid and they need surgery. They need replacements, and Arvil Reese is the perfect piece in the surgeon to come in and be able to help you out a little bit defensively to help Durante Jones actually supply some pressure on offenses.
So it was Jeremiah Love, Mekhi Lemon, Maso Delaney.
Yes. So, yeah, that's why I went with Arvil Reese. I think he is the building block that Durante Jones needs. Because, in my personal opinion, with Durante Jones, like if I'm AP and them, I'm saying whatever you need to be successful. Durante could absolutely come
Look
to
at
AP
Mitch,
and say,
man.
I'm good.
Hey,
I
this
don't need
dude, man.
anything. But I'm just saying that Arvil Reese, he would say, I could fit this guy in. He could do exactly what I want to be able to do and being interchangeable and disguise things from a pressure standpoint. Get me Arvil Reese, and we're playing with house money at that point. We have a head start on the future, and we'll be able to limit some points for you.
All right. Let me see who was available here. Dirk Moore, Connor Liu, Elijah Starr, Sam Heck, and Anthony Lucas.
Yeah, and Dominique Orange, what do you call him? Big Citrus? DT,
Big
what is
Citrus.
that what it is?
Yeah.
Big Citrus? He is phenomenal as a zero tech, a big-bodied guy. And we're talking about being interchangeable, and we talked about possibly running the 3-4 multi-front. This just adds more layers into the room where you can really dedicate Johnny Newton, Deron Payne, and Javon Kinlaw to being more so of the 3-tech in that sort of regard. Dominic Orange would be an infiltrator, disrupting the run game and also getting after the passer. He eats up blocks, man. And honestly, I don't think he's going to make it to 71. But because he was there, I was like, I have to take him. And adding more, I think Mike McDonald, the head coach of Seahawks, said, you need to have a great rotation of defensive linemen. And adding Dominic Orange in there would make our defensive line, coupled with Arvil Reese at linebacker, would make that front seven for our defense a great looking future and a great building block for this overall team where we're actually going to be balanced from there on out. Controlling the trenches is number one in winning in football, and getting Dominic Orange would be a slam freaking dunk. Adding into that room would make it a superpower.
I
Right, you
mean,
go
not,
tight end at one. Go ahead, DT. My bad.
not only did you made the pass rush better with Arvil Reese, you made the run defense better because you got Reese and Orange, but you also made them even more multiple because now you could put Deron Payne and Kinlaw in better one-on-one situations to win.
Yep.
Now you could put a guy like Johnny Newton in better one-on-one situations to win. And Orange, while he's considered a nose tackle, he still can have some strong pass rush moves to help move the middle of the pocket. So I think that's my favorite pick to go with Arvil Reese. That's the same, man. Same value.
My man. And then Eli Raridan, do you want to start this off for me, Smoke?
6'7" tight end out of what? The Notre Dame University, baby. But nah, man, that's a good pick. I like it. Good value. 5th round. That's where I gotta kind of mock that 5th round. Don't think he go above that. But this is a guy you want to talk about hitting the seams. He's a good seam tight end. Kind of got that sluggish release as you see with your Kelseys and stuff like that. But yeah, man, I like him. I said this year, if he wore size 13 instead of a 15, he may have had about 3 or 4 more touchdowns this year.
His touchdown total, I think, was 0 for this year. But just speaking of the more prototypical pro-style offense, Eli Raridan, and also you have to take into consideration, Jaden Daniels is used to bigger wide receivers, right? That's what he had at LSU, was a taller kind of wide receivers. I think somebody like Eli, adding him in there at 6'6", would really help him being able to see the field, find the middle of the field, and also there's jump ball situations in the red zone. As much as we don't have maybe separators, right? But this is somebody you could find in a mismatch on a safety, on a linebacker that might not be at that height. And I think I think his broad jump was over 10, if I'm not mistaken. So explosive kind of athlete that can jump. And so I think this is somebody you could add in. It would fit into that room, just adding more bulk, but also helping the receiving end. Devin Marshall from the corner from NC State. This is somebody that they met with at the Shrine Bowl, if I'm not mistaken. And this is somebody that was a number 1 corner at NC State. He, by PFF, I think he was ranked in the top 20 for them, rated by them. I honestly think, can transition to slot in the NFL given his height and where he is. And just being able to cover wide receivers. When you watch the NC State defense, they do not go at Devin Marshall. They pick on everyone else. I think Devin Marshall is kind of underrated in that regard just because he wasn't targeted so much. But we all know that means you're doing a good job as a cornerback. I think Devin Marshall, you can add into that cornerback room to grow with this secondary. And I think he'd be a nice fill in for that location. And then Bryce Bocher from Oregon. I know that the safety is getting a lot of love, but Bryce Bocher, when you look at the data, he is one of the most underrated players in this draft. I was blown away that he was there at 208, but he's phenomenal against the run, very effective against the pass. And you're adding more bodies into that linebacker room because, in my personal opinion, Durante Jones's defense, it derives from defensive line and linebackers, versatility, being able to move everywhere. And somebody like Bryce Bocher is history at rushing the quarterback, also being able to defend the pass and the run. I think that's a really good fit to adding some youth into the linebacker room on top of having Kane Medrano, Jordan McGee, Arvil Reese, Bobby Wagner, and Frankie Louvo. I think that's now a superpower at linebacker that you feel very good at on top of having a superpower at defensive line. And we're cooking with gas at this point. And then to wrap it up, look, I kind of crapped on Taylor Green in our quarterback review because he makes really bad decisions. I compared him to Anthony Richardson, which, look, that's fine. But anytime that you watch Arkansas's offense, you are walking away saying, holy crap, how did he make that play? Like Taylor Green, very gifted. Athletically, he ran what, a 4.3 at the combine, explosive athlete. He ran better than Carnell Tate did. I'm sorry, Radar. And I'm sorry, DT, but he did. And this is somebody I think it's sitting at 6'6" with the gifts that he does have. I think with him as a like kind of the third in line as a growing type of backup, I think that he can work well behind somebody like Jaden Daniels, where you wouldn't have to change the offense. Like this isn't a Sam Hartman where you kind of change the offense if he were to come into the game. With Taylor Green is somebody you can groom, you can bring in here and grow, just given with his traits. I think David Blau would really do wonders with somebody like this in a pro-style offense, kind of taking away his dependency on running the ball so much, where let's make it more structured. Let's just hit your guys where you need to. Don't make crazy decisions. And just given with his traits for the long haul, I think this is somebody you'd feel very comfortable with as a backup quarterback.
There you have it. DT, got anything about the draft?
I think this is a solid draft, man. First four picks, I mean, it's you hit it right there. You get Arvil Reese, you get Big Citrus. Like I've been screaming, like we need to add another guy in the defensive tackle room, and he can literally play the nose, which means you can make Deron Payne and Ken Long and Johnny Newton. They can play all over the place on the line. Eli Rarinan, he's an underrated tight end in this class, 6'7", provide be a red zone target. Devon Marshall has production, multiple pass deflections. If you watch the Florida State game against Deuce Robinson, who's a 6'6" corner, you can see the competitive nature he provides. And I do think there is some possibility that he could play inside and outside in the NFL. Getting another linebacker as well as Bryce Roger, because like I do like Kane Medrano, but I don't know where he's at in his development. It's always good to have another linebacker, especially if this is Frankie Louvo's last year, and a development of quarterback like Taylor Green with the traits, and we'll see what he can do if they about able to fix him up.
It's a solid draft, man. Y'all got all the words. I'm gonna just tell the fan base with this draft right here, get ready to learn Rashad White as the running back.
Get ready to learn IU.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Rashad White, Brandon Ayuk, yeah.
All that good stuff.
Yeah.
We're winning the Super Bowl.
Oh man, I don't like when internet scouts try to move athletes positions, but turning Taylor Green to Taysom Hill is intriguing. Yeah, man. This is a lot. This is a lot. Like I think it was Sean that said, he opened up eyes to about the edge position. Like it's deep, right? I mean, you saw, you got the analysts, right? You saw the tape. You saw that these guys they might not be as dominant as Bailey. Like Bailey is the guy, but these guys can do it. These guys can do a lot of those things, man. And you never know. You know, if they fit what Durante Jones wants to do, they can be very effective. So don't panic if they don't go edge at 7, right? Because there's so much talent in this draft at edge. So you know, don't panic, right? Or do panic because you usually do the opposite.
Everyone's gonna panic, dude. It doesn't matter.
I put a hot take out yesterday that after the Commanders go ham on the defensive side of free agency, the fan base is going to be crying. The fan base is going to be going to want to trade up for Love, and or started crying about them winning the last game last year. Because
It's already started.
He's definitely not making it to 7. So we'll see how all this plays.
As he shouldn't, because all the reasons that are listed for Jeremiah Love is that for a young quarterback to grow and develop, right? Which I can absolutely agree with. I get it. But then you have the Titans sitting there, you got the Cardinals sitting there, you got the Giants sitting there, all three with 3 young quarterbacks. We don't know what the Cardinals are going to do with Kyler Murray. If it's the best player in the draft, you go with that. Go with it.
Yeah. We'll see how it play out. But I think that's about it, man. Cal, what you got this week?
Probably recording tomorrow with our boy Ryan Fowler, being able to talk about the combine and overall where Washington stands. Will be the first episode we talk about the release of Tyler Badass, which I know was a shock to everyone and myself included. But you know, when we talked about centers, we wanted to draft a center, right? Like that was one thing that we wanted to do in that. And obviously, I didn't do it in my mock, which shows how much I believe my word. But it makes sense why they honestly did it, and I'll explain more tomorrow. So look out for the Burgundy Zone tomorrow night around 6 p.m. We'll be coming up with a new episode.
What you got this week, DT?
This week, tune in as me and Caleb will be recapping the NFL Combine, and we'll be talking about a lot of targets that we are being pinged at number 7, who did good, who didn't do good, and we'll have a lot of discussions underway. It's going to be a lot of Love, Bailey, Reese. It's going to be a lot of conversation at number 7, man.
Smoke, what you got, man?
And catch me, Monday, Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday. Is that right? Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, 8 a.m. Riddle Radio. I am going to drop my 3.0 mock this week after the combine.
Oh, okay.
You want to look out for that. Should be dropped by Tuesday. I'll drop it by Tuesday. But other than that, man, I'll see y'all on the other side.
And Smoke, you have the mock for
next week.
Yep,
Okay. How fitting
right,
we linebackers next week. Yeah, I know. Sunny at 7. Yep.
Hey, you better not refresh the drive and Love go early either. Just so he can be there at 7.
Hey, man. I'm gonna like
all right, man. Thank you all so much for joining us, man. We know your time is very valuable for you to spend it with us. We absolutely appreciate it. Remember, do it because you love it, not because it loves you. One beat, one sound, one heart.